Learn Chemistry with Emerald, and in today's class we're going to look at how we can use equivalent mass to solve for find the formula of a compound. Equivalent mass is defined as number of parts by mass of the element that combines with 1 gram of hydrogen or 8 gram of oxygen. Now, how do we get the formula of a compound using equivalent mass? We follow these steps. Step 1, we are going to calculate the equivalent mass. Step 2, we find the valency of the metal, or valency of the metal element using atomic mass over equivalent mass. Step 3, we find the symbol by exchanging the valencies of the elements that are involved. Okay. Now, an example is a sample of an oxide of copper weighs 1.20 gram and was reduced by coke to its metallic form, which weighs 0.960. What is the formula of the compound? Now, this is how you find questions like this. Don't forget that the mass of copper oxide is equal to 1.20 gram, and then the mass of copper that was produced is equal to 0.960 gram. Then therefore the mass of oxygen therefore will now be equal to the mass of copper oxide minus copper. That's how you get mass of oxygen. That's 1.20 minus 0.960, and then you're going to have 0.240 gram. So the mass of oxygen from here is 0.240 gram. Now, from this mass of oxygen, you can find the equivalent mass of oxygen by saying that if 0.960 gram combines with 0.240 gram of oxygen of metal, okay, combine with 0.24 gram of oxygen, then 8 gram will now be equals to, you have 0.240 gram combined with 0 of oxygen. So let's start from the beginning and say 0.240 gram of oxygen combines with 0.960 gram of the metal. Then 8 gram of oxygen will combine with X, right? Then you cross multiply. You are going to have 8 multiplied by 0.960 over 0.240. So the equivalent mass of the metal therefore will now be equals to 32. That's the equivalent mass of the metal will be 32. Then we can find the valency of the metal as well. We call that valency therefore is equal to the atomic mass of the metal, which is 64, divided by equivalent mass, which is what? 32. And the valency of the metal is 2. We all know that the valency of oxygen is 2. So we can say the metal is copper and oxygen. Then you have valency 2. The valency of this one is also 2. If you exchange them like this, you are going to have Cu2O2, which is equivalent to CuO. Therefore, the compound is copper 2 oxide and the formula is CuO. So from this equivalent mass now, you have been able to find the copper oxide. I hope you learn 1 or 2 things. See you another time with another example.